Thank you, everyone, for joining us today for the annual meeting of the Board of Directors of the HHC Physician Purchasing Group. Today's meeting is officially called to order. If I can, I should ask for a motion for approval of the minutes. So moved. Thank you. Second? Second. Opposed? There being none, motion carries. Our second item is actually the confirmation of the appointment of the following directors of the Health and Hospitals Board. And they include Dr. Mitchell Katz, Andrea Cohen, John Olberg, Dr. Michelle Allen, and Vincent Calamia. So this includes the reappointment of Dr. Calamia as chairman of the board of directors and the election of the office of the company as follows. Dr. Calamia reappointed as president, Dr. Michelle Allen reappointed as vice president, Andrea Cohen is reappointed as secretary, and John Olberg is reappointed as treasurer. Do I hear a motion? So moved. Second, any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you. So now we go to our informational items. Mike Batson from Aon, excuse here. So,
thank you, Dr. Calamia. I think you have a couple of other items, 3 through 7. Do I the wrong text? The auditors and the insurance.
okay. Thank you. All right. So the next item is confirmation of reappointment of David Chung as executive director of the company. And I'm going to put these all together. The reappointment of Carmen Barrasso as claims director for the company. We'd also like to acknowledge Sheila Gomez's retirement from the position and thank her for her years of great service. So do I have a motion for those? All right. Any opposition? It's a motion then does carry. The next item is the authorization of the issuance of primary professional liability insurance policies to the members of HHC Physicians Purchasing Group. Again, do I have a motion? So moved. Any opposition? There being none, motion carries. Next item is the reappointment of Joellen Coakley of Aon for risk consultants as actuary of the company. Again, do I have a motion? So moved. Any opposition? There being none, motion does carry. Next item is the reappointment of Dana Wilson of Grant Thornton as the auditor of the company for the financial statements for the year ending December 31, 2023. Again, do I have a motion? So moved. Okay, any opposition? There being none, motion carries. Next item is the approval of the issuance of primary insurance policies to the members of HHC Physicians Purchasing Group, PPG, in the amounts of $1.3 million per occurrence, $3.9 million in aggregate. This is effective January 1, 2006 through December 31st of 2023. Again, do I have a motion? So moved. Any opposition? Thank you. Motion then does carry. Next item is the motion that authorized the loan back of premium in the amount of $3 million to the parent corporation, New York City Health and Hospitals. And Mike, if you could give a brief description of that.
Yes, thank you. And hello, everybody from Vermont. Happy to be here. So intercompany loans described on page 9 of the book. Each year, the premium for the malpractice policy is financed by an addition to the intercompany loan with the approval of the board of directors. This schedule shows the balance as of 12/31/2022 and the projected increases. At the moment, we're not actually showing an increase, but that's going to change by the year end. As the premium is derived as a function of the projected reserves, and we're still working with the actuary on what the final reserves will be, which will then dictate the premium. So that'll be finalized by year end. This motion asks you to approve a loan back of premium in an amount up to $3 million. We expect the total amount to be about 1.3 million, as it has been in previous years. So there shouldn't be any issues.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? All right, if there are no questions, can I have a motion to approve? Thank you. Any opposition? Okay, again, there being none, motion carries. The next motion is the acceptance of the business continuity plan of the company. And again, Mike, if you could give us.
So the business continuity plan is on page 24 of the book. We keep this updated annually as per New York Department of Financial Services requirements. There are no material changes to the plan this year, just, our office moved. So we just had to do a little bit of upkeep and added Carmen to the list, but that's it.
Okay. Any questions? There being none, do I have a motion for approval? Any opposition? And there being none, motion does carry. Mike, was there any other informational items that you wanted to present?
Just there's the item 11, the disaster response plan. I think you need to approve as well.
Apologies. Okay, yes, sorry, I did miss that. And that is the presentation of the disaster response plan.
Sure. So and this is similar to the business continuity plan. It's just, we put it in the meeting because it's another requirement that be approved by the board, by the New York DFS. And again, there are no material changes to the plan.
Okay, again, any questions at all? Motion for approval?
So moved.
Like I said, any opposition? There being none, motion does carry. Thank you. That was our last motion. So Mike, again, if you have any other items.
Sure. The one thing I just wanted to bring to your attention, Dr. Calamy, is item 9. The board needs to approve the audited financial statements. And I apologize.
Mike, you want to walk us through?
So what I can say about the financial statements is this, you approve the auditor. These are prepared by Grant Thornton each year. And the opinion is, it's a clean opinion, as it is every year. The one comment I want to make is, if you read the opinion letter, it's a clean opinion with regard to regulatory requirements. And then you'll see a paragraph in it that says it's an adverse opinion with regard to generally accepted auditing principles. And that's only because there are certain changes between the statutory regulatory insurance accounting and generally accepted accounting principles. So it means basically the auditors are protecting themselves, but the financial statements are clean, as they have always been. They just want to make sure that that they're not meant to be treated as GAAP compliant financials. And besides that, as nothing has really changed. The assets are largely unchanged, increased by the amount of the loan back that we talked about previously. And the reserves are much lower, just due to the fact that the actuary has been stepping down the necessary level of reserves. So.
And so that's actuarial, so it's not that.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Not that it was, administrative. So basically what you're saying about the gap is that that is normally in these statements from the accountants to say we are, but in this case, this type of product does not require.
That's correct. Statutory accounting just does things a little differently. It's if anything, it's a more conservative approach than GAAP is. Costs that we take over the life of the policy, they require statutory accounting requires you to take them right away. So if anything, you're being more conservative than what GAAP tells you to be, which is already pretty conservative. So, and the fact that your statements still look as good as they do, it's been a pretty good story as far as the financials go.
Any other questions at all for Mike?
This may be far-fetched, but as we're talking about the finance side, and given where we are throughout this United States and particularly here in New York City, are there any other any other developments that should come before the board at this time? Could it be a clinical or financial?
As far as the financial, I don't think so. I'll defer to others on as far as the, are there any other threats facing the captive? And right now, we're just thinking about the captive. Okay. But
I think we're good. We're good. Not the final motion.
okay,
Do I have a motion for? So moved. Any opposition? There being none, motion does carry. So now we're up to our informational piece. So
thank you. Sorry to keep putting you off on that.
no, thank you.
So just briefly, we want to just talk about the the MMIP involvement. So just as some background, in 2007, the company signed up as a plan participant of the medical malpractice insurance pool, MMIP. The company opted to be a pool participant. The pool provides excess coverage available to all physicians in the state of New York. And we've included in the materials, starting on page 38, as some excerpts from the September 30th, 2023 session statement from the pool that shows that this company has a net equity in the pool of just over $2 million. The other note I want to make is that MMIP has been having some discussions about excess surplus, and earlier this month, the company received a check for $375,000 from MMIP, representing a partial return of surplus as of June 30th. And as I understand it, there's going to be future meetings, and there could be more happening, although I wouldn't assume anytime soon. So that's as far as MMIP. And that segues sort of into the interim financial statements as of 9/30. Those start on page 41. The company has total assets of $97,816,000, of which $94,625,000 is the intercompany receivable that we've been talking about. We also have a receivable from MMIP of $3,172,000. The total liabilities are made up of reserves from direct reserves of about $2,650,000 and MMIP reserves of $1.1 million. You have total net assets of $91,570,000. So as I said before, you're in good shape. The reserves continue to be going down, which is always a good thing. Are there any questions on the financials? If not, the last bit I just want to mention is, if you go to page 48, so in prior years, we file requests with the New York Department of Financial Services to file a captive financial statements on a statutory basis that we are just discussing, and also to waive actuarial certification of the MMIP balances. Those requests have been sent in. I don't have a response yet, but I expect to any moment. And the company business plan has been approved by DFS, as well as the pre-disaster survey and disaster response plan questionnaires that we discussed. We've also filed the annual cybersecurity certification, and there are no requests, there's no issues. We don't have anything pending from DFS. And the last bit, if you go to the next page, on page 49, this is our regulatory compliance checklist, which Aon maintains to ensure that the captive is compliant with all filings and regulations. I'm happy to report that all regulatory matters are up to date. And that's it for me. Any questions?
Questions? This maybe help me a little bit on the MMIP. So we log in receivables there, but and we got a check based on our actual experience that we were less than expected. As far
So,
as
the
exposure.
MMIP commissioned their actuaries to do a kind of a look at what they actually needed to keep. And I think this is in keeping with the fact that some other members are looking to get out. And so I think they're starting to look at the whole process. What does it mean? Making sure that we MMIP have the surplus we need, but not more. So this is a fairly conservative amount that they've sent back. And in theory, there could be more in the future, but, then that would be, especially if the captive decided at some point they wanted to get out of the pool.
So it's not necessarily based on our experience, it's the general pool's experience that the.
Kind of the general pool's experience. Yeah, that's sort of the whole idea of how the MMIP works.
Right, any other questions, comments? I don't believe we had to approve that, so it's just a matter of information. So thank you for that, and meeting is now adjourned. Thank you all. Thank you.
5 minutes.
We're getting great. I see.
Right, Mike?
Okay.
Yep.
So that's separate actually then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My apologies. So I've got to get this done in 5 minutes, so please everyone bear with me. Back actually to the physician purchasing group and approval then is going to be the confirmation of the appointment of the following directors, and that is reappointment of Dr. Calamia as chairman of board of directors, election of officers of the company, Dr. Calamia as president, Dr. Michelle Allen as vice president, Andrea Cohen is reappointed as secretary, and John Olberg as the treasurer. Again, do I have a motion for approval? Any opposition? Approved. I believe that is actually all the business for that meeting. So that meeting as well is adjourned. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a minute and a half.
4 minutes. Oh, all right. That's still good.
It's like